What are the rights of asylum seekers in Israel, and when would they need legal assistance? Hi, my name is Joshua Pex. I'm an Israeli immigration lawyer, and over the years we've assisted many asylum seekers in Israel receive their rights they're granted. So first of all, it's important to know that Israel, already for many years, is a signatory of the International Refugee Convention of the United Nations. On the other hand, for many years, Israel didn't exactly process refugees itself, but used the UNHCR offices. However, already for a few years, the process of refugee status determination and everything that has to do with the legal status of refugees in Israel is done by the Israeli Immigration Office, Misrad Apnim, and according to a government procedure. So first of all, very important to understand that a refugee application can only be submitted while the applicant is residing in Israel. So if you're watching this video and you're abroad at the moment and you think I'm in danger in this country where I am, you cannot just apply, overseas for refugee status in Israel and then enter as a refugee. That's not how it works according to the convention. So the applicant needs to be here and needs to meet the criteria of the convention and the protocol from 1967 regarding who is actually a refugee. It has to be someone that's fleeing for his life, for danger of persecution in their homeland. And it has to be according to different criteria, such as ethnicity, nationality, political activity, but it can also be gender or race, and the persecution usually needs to be done by the government. So it's not that everyone that's in Israel and in their homeland, maybe there's a national disaster like a famine or a flood or tsunami, anything like that, can apply for refugee status. Also, poverty in their homeland is not a criteria according to the convention. There are very specific criteria that the refugee needs to meet. But if you are in Israel and you do meet one of these criteria, you can for sure fill out an application, submit it to the RSD unit within the Israeli immigration, and you will be summoned for an interview where your application will be assessed based on your story, documents you can provide. In general, asylum seekers in Israel at the moment can be categorized in two groups. One group receive what is called collective protection, so all they need to do is show that they're from a certain country and they will get temporary status. So here we're talking about mainly Eritreans and Sudanese, but there are also other countries, or Ukrainians also, and in other cases, every application for refugee status is determined individually. So in these cases, we're talking about applicants that are specifically targeted in their home country because of their individual political activity, or in that certain country, they're being discriminated and actually persecuted because of their race or gender or any of the conditions in the Refugee Convention. So if you have any questions regarding your refugee status, maybe you've already applied and it's taking a long time, or you were denied and you need to appeal to the courts, or you have any questions, you're very welcome to contact us. In general, at the moment, very few refugee applications are actually granted every year, but many of the applications, while they're pending and they're being assessed, those who apply get a temporary visa which does allow them to work and reside here, but doesn't grant them the actual refugee status. According to the Israeli procedure, once someone is actually recognized as a refugee, they're supposed to get a temporary visa, which does allow them to stay in Israel, to work legally, and also benefits of national insurance. But like I said, very few applicants are actually approved, and the vast majority, those who get the collective protection and those who are in the process, will receive, it's called 2A5 conditional release, which does give them some sort of certificate with their name and photo and application number. With this, they can actually work and receive rights as an employee in Israel, but it's not the actual status as a refugee. So this is the situation. I hope you learned something. If you have any questions regarding asylum seekers in Israel, don't hesitate to contact us.